Well, hello there. Saturday the 23rd of January 2021, we're going to do some NBA picks. Let's see how we did yesterday, shall we? Flip over the sheet. NBA, we had 11 games yesterday, went 6-5. Slightly underwhelming, but not horrible. Season record is now 125-98. We are still at a 561 winning percentage. So 6-5 is pretty much the winning percentage where I sit. That's a typical game. That's a typical day, actually. So not too bad. Let's rip through these. 7 games in the association. None of them have been postponed as of late morning video time. And that is we have all evening games. We're going to start with 8 o'clock tips here. The 76ers are in Detroit to take on an underachieving, even though they weren't expecting much in Detroit, Pistons team. We're going to take the 76ers on the road at 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock tip also in Brooklyn. You remember when I said something about how the Harden trade wasn't going to be great? They dropped 2 eggs in a row since Kyrie came back. Big 3 my took us. Let's see what ends up happening. Maturity's not a strong suit in Brooklyn right now. But Butler and Harrow are both out. Harrow's got a neck injury. Butler's still in the protocol. As long as they don't play. Brooklyn has Durant. Durant's got some Achilles. He needs a little time off with the Achilles issue, according to the stat sheet or the injury sheet. I'm going to give it to the Nets at home. Not a high conviction pick because they're scuffling. They can't play any defense. That was something I knew was going to happen when they lost a pretty good defender and they brought in Harden, who can't play defense to save his life. But they're allowing teams like Cleveland to torture them. They're going to have to fix that. That's going to be a problem. I'm going to give them the nod because Butler and Harrow are both out, but it's not a high conviction pick at all. So we'll take the Nets at home. They'll be better later in the season, I assume. But everybody that thought they were going to anoint them, they're going to win the title. No. Go back to school. 8 o'clock. Also, we got the Pelicans in Minnesota to play the T-Wolves. KAT is still in the protocol. T-Wolves are really struggling while he's been out, as they should. He's an absolute talent. You wonder how long he's going to be in Minnesota. You could see him in a deadline deal or something of that nature because they're fairly awful. I'm going to take the Pelicans on the road in that matchup. 9 o'clock tip between the Lakers and the Bulls. Zach LaVine's having himself a season so far. Not sure he's enough to take the Lakers, especially when, there's no injuries on the Lakers side. I mean, they're all day-to-day. They've got these bumps and bruises, and then they go out and have double-doubles. They're getting pretty famous for that. To the Lakers on the road, in other words, against the Bulls. Also at 9 o'clock, I've got the Rockets going cross-state to Dallas, or upstate to Dallas, to play the Mavericks. Houston still has Exum out with a calf injury, and they still have John Wall is out with a knee injury. That's a big problem for them, and the Mavericks were already a problem for them before that. So we're going to take the Mavs at home. 9 o'clock tip between the Nuggets and the Suns in Phoenix. Odd thing, the Nuggets have the betting community betting on them. The numbers have gone towards the Nuggets. They're seeing something I'm not. I'm going to go contrary. I'm going to take the Suns at home. I think they're a better club right now. I think the Nuggets will be better later in the season as time goes on. And it's hard to bet against Jokic, but the Suns have a pretty nice nucleus of their own. So I'm going to take the Suns at home You play this game in Denver, I'll probably take the Nuggets. Okay. Warriors at 9 o'clock, and this is the final night, the final game on the slate. Warriors are in Utah to play the Jazz. Jazz are surging; they're playing very well, playing fairly good defensively. Although nobody's really good defensively, but they're playing fairly well. I'm going to take the Jazz at home. So let's go through these once again. We got the 76ers on the road against the Pistons, the Nets at home against the Heat, Pelicans on the road against the T-Wolves, Lakers on the road, Pelicans on the road against the T-Wolves, Lakers on the road against the Bulls, Mavericks at home against the Rockets, Suns at home against the Nuggets, Jazz at home against the Warriors. Say that 10 times fast. Or don't. You've got better things to do. Anywho, enjoy all your NBA goodness, all the hardwood action that you can. Next year I might take a look at least the Power 5 conferences in college basketball once this pandemic is over. I'll expand the sports coverage once it makes sense to do so. Things are too weird. There's not a lot of cross conference rivalry stuff going on. It's mainly staying in your conference, having a minimal season, and there's no fans, and it's not what college basketball is supposed to be about. So next year I'll probably add that, and I might add Premier League soccer as well. I'm just going to add stuff so long as I've got the time to do so. It's stuff I follow anyway, so I'll be doing that. But we'll keep up with the NBA. Hopefully this protocol stuff gets easier, but you just don't know. We're going to carry this to its logical conclusion, or even its illogical conclusion. Confusion was a Freudian slip, because that's pretty much where we're at. Anywho, enjoy the hardwood goodness. Please comment, subscribe, hit the ringy-dingy notifications bell, hit yes. Please share, because sharing is caring. And I will be back at you tomorrow. Peace out, me homies. See ya.